My wallet is sobbing. I can hear it. I can hear it in the hall now. It is breaking down, crying.
It turns out that Attila, the arrogant so-and-so, he's got a fake hammer.
Oh, a fake?
Yeah.
Whoa.
As I say, dick.
Welcome to episode 155 of the Early Legions podcast, and this week we haven't a clue what we're going to talk about, but we're going to do it anyway, because 50% of the battle is showing up. Isn't that right, guys?
I thought knowing was half the battle.
Yeah. There's those other figures that are in the process of bankrupting you.
I'm not good at either of those things, so this could be a shit show.
Great. Well, swearing straight off the bat, that's good.
Sorry.
I don't know if that counts as a swear word. I don't really count it, but I'm sure some people do.
Yeah.
So I shall not be editing that one out. So, what can we do? Quick reminder, because I said this at the end of the show last time, and, some people don't listen to the end of the show, as you might expect, because we sometimes do go on for quite a while. Paladin giveaway. Once we get to 500 subscribers, I'll put up a Paladin that I have new inbox for giveaway. So have it already. You don't need to wait for the game pre-order or whatever. So, and we'll find a way of giving that away probably on a live stream. And if we get there quicker than later, then it might even be on the live stream that we do for the end of the RPG. Although that would be in the middle of the night American time, so maybe that's not fair for...
Give the Europeans more of a chance.
Yeah, save on postage.
Yeah,
woo!
save it. I was about to say save on the postage.
So if you're European, you should really subscribe now, And we have had a nice little bump in listeners and watchers over the last couple of weeks, which is, I don't know if it's... because of the RPG or what it is, or because of our thumbnails or our charming faces, but yeah, so get subscribed if you're listening.
That's what it is.
And you can always just subscribe and then just do what everyone else does anyway and go onto their home feed on YouTube and not even look at the subscription feed ever again. But you've done us a solid in the meantime. Right. How are you fellas then? Mal is overworked.
Yeah.
I'm just knackered. I was away in Anglesey for a few nights and didn't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I slept, but didn't sleep well any of the nights, so I'm absolutely shattered at the moment. So, if I nod off at any point, nothing against you boys, all the listeners.
I'm guessing it's a little bit of that, not sleeping in your own bed, even though it's somewhere you are regularly. It's still not your bed, is it?
It is. There's 3 different spare rooms there, and the bed is shite in every single one of them. So, yeah, it's just like...
And you wonder why your back goes every so often, You start looking back and go, oh, it's a week after I go to Wales every time this happens. Plus the 5-hour drive,
Yes, the drive was exciting this time, to put it mildly.
Oh, why?
I was late leaving Bristol, so obviously it's me. I was late, so I didn't get there till like 1:45 in the morning. Which is a bit of a pain. So it hit midnight, and I'm into North Wales now finally, and it's like, okay, not long to go. And then it started hailing, and it was like, okay, I have to turn my podcast off, but that's fine. And then it stopped, and then it went biblical hail, and I do mean biblical hail. There must have been 4 or 5 inches deep of hail on the dual carriageway. So the 2-lane highway for the Americans. And the car in front of me suddenly veered towards the hard shoulder in the middle. Central reservation, sorry. Because it swerved, it skidded on the hail. And then auto-corrected. It skidded back across into the inside lane and just about kept himself level.
Wow.
And it's like, because it was that bad. And it was still hammering it down. It's like, okay, this is not good. And then about half a mile further up the road, there was a car on the other side of the road facing the wrong way that had spun off and just crashed into the side, into the mud and the wood on the side. And then about 200 yards past that, there was a car on my side of the road, which had also spun and hit the side and was horizontal across one of the 2 lanes.
Did you just pull in then?
Somebody else had stopped, so I just carried on. I slowed right down and just carried on, sort of thing. So, yeah. But yeah, it was a interesting 5-10 minutes, that one. Yeah. When you see 2 crashed cars, both sides of the road that close to each other, you're like, yeah, it's just quite bad.
at least it's a reminder, as you say, to slow down and just tinkle along. Yeah.
Yes. All the ironic thing is, I'm 99% certain I got caught by a speed camera on the way back yesterday.
Well,
So,
you're in the UK.
not enough of a reminder.
There's a 99% possibility you get caught by a speed camera just by driving in the UK. Let's be honest.
There's a lot of them here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm getting my my winter tires off this week, so I'm hoping that the weather doesn't take a turn like that over the next couple of days.
Yeah, well, I mean, luckily we'd actually had new tyres put on the day before. New front tyres sort of thing. It's a front wheel drive car, so that probably helped.
Yeah, that definitely helped. So nothing as exciting as that, Mal, clearly.
No, absolutely not. Just busy, work and whatever else going on. Not all bad.
That sounds very suspicious, Mal, but okay.
No, just life.
I got I had a life event this week. I got reading glasses for the first time.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't really, like she said, I didn't really have to get them if I didn't want to, but yeah, I had noticed slight blurring. Like I can still read the screen here, but I have to try harder.
Yeah.
So it's just +1, so, and not even, I think, 0.75 maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, my wife was the same a couple of years ago. She was just like, I'm going to have to get these checked. It was just, everything's just a bit of a struggle to see stuff. And she came back, she's like, God damn it, I need reading glasses.
I should probably go and get mine.
Yeah, I have noticed for the customizing as well, it's better. I mean, I paint a good bit with the magnifying glass, but when you're not, maybe you don't need to wear that all the time because it's not the easiest on the eyes to have like 2.5 times magnification or whatever, or 2 times magnification sometimes right in front of your eyes. That doesn't help with them getting less strained, shall we say. And just the normal glasses then for painting, the bigger details. Pretty easy then.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm quite messy, so I'm afraid of getting paint on them. That would be, maybe they just look cool then,
There you go.
Well, they look cool anyway, of course, because people with glasses are cool. Now, that's what I'm saying now, Rich. Yeah.
Just to be clear, absolutely.
You're now really cool in my book.
There you go. Well, I've even got 2 pairs. So I've got my using the screen pair and then my distance pair here as well.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I do find that annoying because I think I'd rather just leave them on, and be able to just use them for everything. But, taking them on and off is a bit...
It's a pain, but I tried varifocals about 3 years ago now, and they just make me feel ill.
Yeah.
It was just like, that's just weird that you've got different things, but if you're looking down or up, it's like, no.
But if you're watching, I don't know, sports or something and you'd be scrolling on your phone, of course, you can't do the 2 unless you're unless I'm like here at the laptop, maybe it'll work. But if I'm in the sitting room, like on the couch, the TV's too far away for the glasses to actually work, that far away. So anyway, so rather than continue to bore the shite out of people about my glasses.
Which is welcome to the Middle-Aged Man podcast.
Yeah.
Next week, hemorrhoids.
Yeah, that's a new one.
Well, we were talking today about whether we had booked flights for Legions Con, and we haven't yet, obviously. And I think I looked at the emails last year. The hotel stuff came out in April, so that was when I booked my flight last year. Yeah. But with everything that's going on in the world, it's kind of... I'm genuinely, I think, at this moment, 50-50 on the whole thing. Let's be honest. Now, it's far way out. If it was tomorrow, I'd maybe, I'd more likely still go. But I'd say from this far out, 50-50. Just because of travelling,
Yeah.
Do you really have to?
It's difficult to know at the moment, isn't it? The world feels... up in the air, so to speak, a little.
Yeah. Whereas, if my relative was sick back in Ireland, I'd 100% travel, wouldn't even question it or whatever, or in America, wouldn't even question it. But, just for my own pleasure of travelling, maybe, at the moment doesn't feel like a fun thing to do, No.
Yeah, I'm 90% going, but there's, it should be 100% and it shouldn't be an issue. And there's that there's that element of doubt, and you're like, okay.
No, maybe I'm being an idiot about it. Maybe I'm just too comfortable in my own little bubble, and there could be an element of that. And maybe it's just coming out of the winter. You're just feeling annoyed with with having to have gone through 4 months of like being inside a lot and not being able to do much. Maybe there's an element of that to it, but yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel.
I like the optimism of coming out of winter. It feels like every few days we're back in it. It
was sunny today, Mal. I'm pretty short-term focused in that regard.
we had a new little fire pit arrive for the back garden earlier too. So get outside now, even if it's a bit colder, and it's always nice and warm.
You will enjoy the fire pit whether you want to or not.
Exactly.
Raining, snowing into the fire pit.
But yeah, it's like you were worried about the price of flights going up, Rich. I wonder if it'll go the other way, even though, for example, oil and fuel, I suppose, is going up, at least in this part of the world.
There's less people flying.
That less people might be inclined to travel, I don't know.
It is tricky. I've read a few websites now, and they all have slightly different takes on it, sort of thing. But certainly looking at United, and the problem is I don't regularly check them, so I don't know. It might be a pattern of up and down. But it's gone up 60 quid since last week.
Yeah.
Now, that might just be a case of they try their luck this time of year because people are coming out of winter. They might be happier. They might spend money on a holiday sort of thing. Because it's normally June-ish time that I book. So it was the whole thing of, well, do I pay 150 quid more than I normally do and get a ticket now just in case it goes through the roof? Or do I just hold my horses, hope everything dies down, and you get your normal sort of price come the summer?
For me, it would be more locking it in now. When I'm still feeling a little queasy about it, is maybe the thing. 60 quid, okay, that sucks if you end up having to pay, even 100 quid more. But what I'd be worried about is if it went up to 1,000, or, from, if it was 500 and it went up to 1,000, then of course that's a real question. I think up to 100 quid here or there, can just say whatever, Well, that's almost the exchange rate, isn't it, sometimes?
For me. You heard here, everybody. If I book it and pay more now, John's promised to reimburse me the difference. So there we go.
For me, I don't normally book until after we book the hotel, so I'm just going to stick with the usual. If it goes up by so much, then it's not meant to be, is it? It's clearly saying do not do this. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the flight is the thing you have to lock in. I suppose the hotel we'll book, and that's always cancelable up to the week before kind of thing, isn't it?
You can get cancelable flights. You just pay a little bit more for them.
Yeah.
Maybe £200 extra on top of whatever you're paying.
Yeah. I don't think I'm there. I don't think I'm at that point yet either. No. So, maybe I'm not quite 50-50 then.
Isn't it sad that we've been having to have this conversation?
Yeah. But I mean, that's why I wouldn't bring it up just for the sake of being dramatic. It's just, I guess some other people might be feeling the same, but feel a bit like, do I sound like a total weakling if I talk about this in the groups or with my friends? So I'll just balls it out or, play it cool. But I think it's worth having the discussion, It's not to say... it's not to have an opinion on what's going on. It's more just, whatever's all the stuff that's going on in the world, which we don't need to talk about on this podcast, is having an effect on everything else, and then it's that effect that makes people feel, one way or another, less likely to travel. Are you going to feel less welcome? Or, is there going to be an air of tension? The big elections in America are just around the time when
we land the day after.
Yeah.
The midterms.
So I don't think we'd see the effect of that at all. But what if I don't know? What if there's loads of protests afterwards, and then the airport gets blocked up? Whatever it might be.
Hey, you never know. Maybe AI will take over and we'll be wiped out before then anyway. The robot overlords will take over,
that's it.
Maybe that would be for the best, yeah.
John Connor will show up and... Not John Connor, he's the guy who comes back from the future.
Kyle Reese.
Kyle Reese, that's it.
Yeah, like the guy in the Cabal today with his dwarf AI movie.
I didn't see that. I've barely been on Facebook even.
Well, apparently he works in the movies and it's all going to AI anyway now, so we shouldn't be feeling bad about that.
As someone said, it's like a turkey voting for Christmas, embracing it if you work in that sort of environment.
Yeah. I think it's Soulless. I think he's kind of claiming that it's just, a concept for a film. We'd still make this, but all the film concepts are going to AI. But that's just one more step for, some executive to say, yeah, well, do we need to pay these actors then? Do we need to pay the guys that build the sets? And suddenly
that's
you've got
problem with it. Yeah,
you've got all that.
I think there's an argument.
And that just it rips the soul out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think there's an argument that it's a very useful tool in the hands of people who already know what they're doing and understand what they're doing and the choices and the decisions that behind what they're doing. But the money men and the managers, because it's not just that industry, it's other industries. Actually, their goal is to save money and do it the cheapest, because it's not realistic, actually, real terms cheaper, the cheapest way possible. And unfortunately, that doesn't take into account something being done well a lot of the time. So,
yeah. I mean, the only good thing about that dwarf thing was it showed that AI can't do a better Scottish accent than me. It was equally as bad as mine.
The first accent, was terrible. So, yeah.
It's like, that's fine.
AI can't do anything better than you, Rich.
Oh, thank you, Mal.
Yeah, especially stickman drawings.
Do you know what I mean? I'd like to see it match that level of it.
There wouldn't be as much love in them, Even with the thumbnails for the show, I sometimes think, I could ask AI to do it, and I've tried a few times, and maybe it's me, maybe it's I'm not able to use it properly, but it always ends up being more crap than I would do, and not saving me time. So in the end, I'm just kind of call it and go, okay, you know what, I'm going to just do it myself.
I asked AI, because we're being encouraged to use AI at work, as you can imagine. But again, as a tool, well,
yeah, well, they're trying to replace you, so
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
train it up, Mal. Train up that AI bot, please.
I asked it how to do a configuration file for something.
Yeah,
and it delivered it. Wouldn't work at all. So I did the old go-to of what I've always done. Went and watched a video of someone doing it on YouTube, and guess what? That was how I ended up working it out, not with AI telling me what it should do, how it should be done. So there you go. So that's how good AI is.
Yeah, that's terrible.
At a lot of things, or some things, anyway.
But yeah, did I send you that video the other day from? Was it BBC interview where is it Hannah Fry? She's talking to the Indian guy about
Ranganesh.
Yeah,
Ramesh Ranganesh.
About these AI bots, but not the ones that do the chatbot stuff, but the ones that are just basically doing their own thinking and coming up with their own stuff. And
I've forgotten the terms.
Yeah, they just go off and they're chatting about how to
AIs, I think they said.
Yeah, they're chatting about how to do fraud, how to do fraud properly and all this kind of stuff, and how to get away with murder.
It's frightening.
It's completely scary.
They come across as having a life of their own. That's it. It's agents and versus the one that people are using to do their work, and that which is large language models. That's right.
Yeah, I think that's to lull people into a false sense of security. It's like it just does what I tell it.
Yeah.
When we've been recruiting in the last year or so, the amount of AI-filled completed application forms we get is just ridiculous.
Same.
You read them and you're like, that's the same exact wording as this other person used. And you're like, that's because this is all just total nonsense that the computer's done for them.
Well, 40% improvement seems to be a thing.
It really does, yeah.
Everyone with whatever they did improved outcome by 40%. And you're like, oh.
It was actually 35% with my lot. It must have been 6 different ones I read that all had 35% in this. And then they said 35% in something else. I'm like, what, just randomly? It's the same percentage change in every single thing you look at? Okay.
You are. bring them in for an interview. You are Mr. 35. And they look at you and go,
Yeah.
and you just go down through the CV and then rip it up and go right out the door.
Yeah. Put it in front of them on the table and just smack the table like a bad pop moment and just go, tell me which bot wrote this? Which bot wrote it?
Yeah, absolutely. And, just teach them a lesson and say, come back. At least the next time, change the figures, into random numbers. But that's part of the training. The next time they are bot, we'll just put in random numbers for them, Radio. Anything else from you guys? No? What's coming up in the next week or two? Nothing?
I get to try a new office chair out. That's very exciting. Yeah. We're moving offices at the start of next year, January next year.
Okay.
We're meant to have moved offices about 3 years ago. It's typical British government. It's taken forever. But people like me who have like a special chair, so like back support and all this sort of stuff, they don't want to take those with us. So they're like, oh no, we've got these super duper new chairs in the new place now that will work no matter what your back issue is, whatever height you are and this sort of stuff. So so each of us gets to trial one for a day. So yeah.
Right.
2 weeks' time, I will have this fancy chair. I was saying to everybody in work, I was like, nobody get jealous now that I'm trialing out this new exciting chair. So yeah, this is what my life is now. I get to try a new chair out.
That on a similar vein,
Getting old, kids.
So that made me chuckle is we decided to get drip fed our your yearly training, one of which is your display screen equipment training. So working from home, you've got to talk about where your monitor is and where your laptop eye level is and all this sort of thing. And it's telling you what you should have at home in your home setup. And I'm laughing away because my home setup is with all this in mind, because it is good for you, is much better than my office setup, which is designed for everyone, and as a result, can't actually be adjusted to everything you need it to be adjusted to. So I spend my life like this at work because my laptop has to sit up here somewhere. So I was in bits doing this training, passed it obviously, because
of course,
do it every year. But
yeah. Easter break is coming up. That's good. So the kids have 2 weeks off. My wife has 2 weeks off, so
I get
that'll be nice. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I've got a week's holiday, so back up to North Wales to some shitty sleep for a week. So
okay, good. We'll have to figure out the podcast that week then.
Yes,
or maybe you can try and do it from your phone. Would that work?
I can give it a go.
You can get the StreamYard app.
Give it a go. Absolutely.
Yeah. We can have some guests anyway, just in case it doesn't work out. And then if it does work out, they'll enhance the show in their own way.
Yeah. Well, it depends who they are, and obviously they'll never live up to me. But apart from that,
I see Retailer Street Date is today, the 18th of March.
Course,
as we're recording.
Yeah.
Any
good.
news, Rich?
Emporium Recall sent an email out.
Couple of weeks,
about 2 or 3 weeks ago, saying that they're not going to have their stock until the end of March because apparently it hadn't even left China at a certain point, sort of thing.
Oh, so they're getting it shipped
end
direct.
of March before we get it, so you have to wait. It's like, cool, there we go then.
And pay extra, great.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
It wasn't too bad at that point, to be fair. They've gotten worse, I think, price wise.
Yeah, no, actually, I haven't heard. Maybe it's the same shipment then. I haven't heard anything from my retailers about the extras or the retailer wave. So
somebody did say that about one of the German, I can't remember which one it was, one of the German retailers said the retailer wave and the Rising Suns will be at the end of March as well. So yeah.
I did my stuff that I pre-ordered from Big Bad. I did get notification of payment for that, so that's a chunk of money going out. That was retailer wave and extras for Rising Suns all coming out. It's like,
yeah. I mean, that's the one positive with the Emporium stuff. At least I paid that off.
Yes.
However, I've got the retailer wave coming. That's from a German retailer that's going to John to forward on. Thank you, John. I also have 3 lots of the Dwarf 2-pack coming from a German retailer I didn't mention it, John, but thank you very much for accepting those on my behalf as well. That's very kind of you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
They'll probably package them all together. Just arrive, they'll just shove them in one box. So.
I'm just going to take out the horn, the dwarf drinking horn accessory in each of them.
That seems fair enough. That's a fair price. I can go with that.
No, you can't be without that. It's the best accessory in it.
Some cool accessories.
Yeah, I did notice on this kick track, the Kickstarter tracker for the thing, it was in the minus today. So people were cancelling pledges, and I'm guessing it's some of those big bad toy store invoice people.
I suspect.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Shout, yeah.
Yeah, when things start to land all at the same time, it's never good. And I guess it's often this time of the year, after Chinese New Year, or just things ship just before Chinese New Year, trying to get them out the door. And then they arrive over around this time. And then also what, Mal?
It's also, for some people, it's going to be taxes time as well, isn't it? I mean,
that means more money generally. So
depends, what they do.
Yeah, it depends. Or maybe, some people might have to pay if they've been bold or earning too much money.
How dare they? How dare they earn too much money?
The joys
or get falsely accused by eBay, isn't it right, Rich?
Yes, by HMRC on eBay. Yes, bless them.
Or
I'll be fine.
Falsely accused on behalf of your eBay sales.
I'll be fine, but it's just a faff to sort it out. You know what I mean? It's just like,
nobody likes that hassle,
Yeah. Yes, I sent them a picture of my display room the other day. Look, clearly I just collect figures.
Yeah, that's quite funny that's what you've had to do. Look, clearly not selling them, am I?
Just send them a link to this.
I'm literally losing money on these by taking them out of the box.
Send them a link to this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want to bore them. I want them to stay awake.
What are you saying about our listeners? I sincerely apologise, listeners, for what you've had to go through thus far this week. But we're delivering. We need to start delivering bonus episodes for our patrons as well, so we'll have to come up with some stuff for that.
We need to get back on the Richard's Randoms thing as well, actually, John.
As well, yeah. But, I want to come up with a few others as well, but I don't know. I'm just not feeling inspired at the moment. I don't know what it is.
Well, as you said, it's just that coming out of winter sort of time of year, isn't it? Particularly as Mal said, lovely sunny day today, and then it'll probably like 15 degrees colder tomorrow and raining, and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, you kind of think you've got your life back, and then, oh no.
Yeah.
I saw
in next weekend.
I saw our friends in Michigan had snow again this week, but like buckets of it, and -7 or something degrees centigrade.
Yeah.
That's awful, isn't it? I mean, some people love that, but I think middle of March, that's a bit much now, unless you live in Canada. Well, and even then, I'm sure the Canadians think it's a bit much.
The older I get, the more I just want to move somewhere that's warm and dry all year round. I don't need seasons. I just want warm and dry.
Yeah.
Well, the UK a few years ago, and it was a few years ago now because Holly was little. And then up in the north of Scotland, it was in March, they had 27 or something like that degrees for a couple of days. It might have been 24, 25. And then a week later, they had like 2 feet of snow. It was just like, this is just ridiculous.
Which I was, before I had kids, I used to go on the odd golf trip, and we went one year to Casablanca in Morocco, which is near enough the equator.
Nice.
And there was a nice little resort there that the lads found, and it was kind of all self-contained, so it was perfect. You could go for like 4 days and basically eat, drink, and play your golf, and all you see is that in the airport. A bit like Legion's Con, except for golf,
Yeah. A bit more exercise than Legion's Con.
But the guys, the guys there were saying, so we used to always go in January because that's the perfect time to go, because the weather there was always good. And they said, it's always like mid-20s here. It always gets dark between 6 and 7 in the evening, all year round, because it's so close to the equator. But and it's hardly ever, the odd time they'll get a bit of rain and stuff. Obviously they don't, but in general, it never gets too warm either because of where they are. They're near the coast and wherever they are. So apart from, we were staying in the hotel, but like the areas around were not great. So that's the only problem with some of those type of places where the weather is perfect. There mightn't be the best places to actually live.
Yeah.
In terms of what you might be used to as a standard of living. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt you get high-speed internet, for example.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for the best. Yeah. Well, they thought they had that in Dubai.
This is true.
Yeah. So this is how things can change.
Indeed.
Kickstarter, just a quick check in there, 874,000. I checked I didn't do the graphs this week because it was too depressing. Well, no, it wasn't really depressing. It was just nothing is happening because it's that middle period.
It's what you expect, isn't it, at this point? Yeah.
It's on the slow crawl now.
Yeah, it was 840, so it's about 33,000 or something this week. Comments, what are people talking about? People are saying about the momentum, but I don't think Four Horsemen are worried at this point because it's done so well so far. Yeah. And I'm sure they'll be doing a big push for the final week. So I think that's where it's going to sit right now.
Yeah. I'd be really intrigued to see how they're doing in terms of new people. I know, obviously they'll never tell us, but how they do in terms of new people just coming in for the game. And whether it is still just massively driven by the figures or whether they have been able to, hopefully they've been able to reach out to the gaming communities and that sort of thing and got a good influx from there.
Yeah, like if someone comes in and just backs the game, they're not spending much more than 100, if even that. Whereas the crazy figure people, it's kind of minimum 300-400 to get all the figures. So, that's the difference. So that it wouldn't go up that quickly if there was extra game people in, but it would be cool to get those people on board, I think, for getting the game out there and played. And because I think that's going to be important. Next bit is actually people playing the game, because a lot of people now, the figure people, will have ordered the all-in box or the whatever other deals with where it comes with the core game, and then maybe take out the minis or take out the standees and the dice and the map, and that's it, and never actually play the game.
Yeah.
So,
yes, they need the game to grow, don't they?
Yeah, to get the game going.
Yeah.
So we'll try and, as I said, have a game. I'm completely clueless on that, but willing to learn. But I don't think I'm nerdy enough to be the one running the game, because I think that's the person that needs to be super nerdy.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think there's a bit of thinking on your
it in a good way.
No, I think, and somebody who's experienced and done it before, has played those sorts of games, preferably before as well.
Yeah, they had a Kickstarter update this week about the faction rank system in the game, and I was reading that. Cool. It's cool, but like halfway through it, I was like, wow, I'm not nerdy enough for this.
No, nor me.
Whoa.
Yeah, so nerdy. Oh, God, yeah. Nerds.
I am way too square and vanilla and plain for this, I realize the reason I'm on a podcast is because I know how to do the techie bit. Not the nerdy bit. So any of you guys that nerdy?
I was when I was younger, so I think I mentioned Hero Quest before. It was like the board game, and I used to be the dungeon master equivalent in that sort of thing, but it wasn't as advanced as this. You weren't doing the voices and all this sort of stuff. So technically yes, but I'm not. I think I'm probably too lazy to do that now as well. Yeah,
there's an element to that. Yeah, when I read it. For sure.
I've done a little bit of DMing. I'd have a go. It's time.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be the more likely of us, Mal, to have that ability.
Yeah.
To throw yourself into it.
Yeah. I do voices as well. Shock horror.
Yeah. Well, we've done the readings. I mean, I'm definitely willing to throw myself into a voice.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm old enough to make an idiot out of myself, that's for sure, or think that I make an idiot of myself,
When I mean, Jeremy talked about it on one of his shows when I played D&D with my mates. It was, none of this more modern way of doing it of a map with, your minis. It was all up here and, theatre of the mind, Jeremy called it, which I thought was a good way of describing it. And it's great.
I mean, that's probably the most accessible way to do it anyway, because...
Oh, yeah, that'd be how I did it now, I think, just because it's cheaper as well than having to buy terrain and minis and, and all that. I know we're getting a lot of maps and
we have the figures now as well, so you can build your own figure. So
yeah, which is a fun thing.
Shall we look at the minis? Because that was we were given more updated sculpts of those this week. So given this picture here first to introduce them. So we got a bunch of pictures of the renders. I've got them here one by one as well. Got the dwarf, what's she again? Mage? The mage? Paladin?
Isn't she a druid?
Druid, yeah.
The character class a druid, isn't it?
Yeah, which is what that is, yeah.
The other female here, she's the wizard. Another one of the knights, I guess.
Yeah.
One's the paladin, one is the... Yeah, this knight is just it looks like a normal
like
horseman
one of the
knight.
old school ones, doesn't it? More like, say, Sir Ignatius or somebody like that.
Yeah.
Not him exactly, but somebody like that. Sir Owain,
out front
that's
here,
who it reminds me of.
The skeleton and the orc here. So
yeah.
These are being sculpted by Carlos Amari. Okay. So this came by way of an artist feature through the updates. So he's worked on a bunch of games before, miniatures for games. So stuff like A Song of Ice and Fire by Simon. So Simon is a big gaming producer. They do a lot of Kickstarters for their games. So Conan he's done as well. Orc Quest, to name but a few. So
clearly knows his stuff then.
Yeah, exactly. And he's got his own Warthog workshop where he's creating 3D printable STL files and developing board games. So seems to be a bit of a freelance guy. And he's an avid action figure collector, so he must be very happy. Nice. He's excited to work on this project, which combines a bit of everything. So let's have a look at more detail. Orc there, he looks great.
Cool.
I mean, they're very well detailed, huh?
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they've said before they were going to be 28mm minis, but they almost look like they could be heroic scale, which is what the old Games Workshop, and they probably still are. So slightly oversized. They're not built like normal human proportions. They've got slightly bigger muscles, or they almost look like they might be that, but I'm sure they said they were going to be 28mm. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did say they'd be heroic. I don't know.
No, I presume they'll be whatever the main D&D war size is, so that people can mix and match stuff in. I would have thought.
Yeah, which is I think 28mm. So,
but I think there's obviously a way of sculpting them that you can still have a lot of detail, and when you produce them at the 28, you mightn't see all the detail, but it's there and it doesn't look out of place.
Yeah.
And I remember Cameron talking about that some of the things have to be exaggerated, like the weapons you have to make bigger, because otherwise they look like little matchsticks in the hands of the figures if you put them in the right proportion. Just the way it works at this scale. So we'll see a few of those things here. Here is the druid lady. You can see like the ropes on her tunic. They're much thicker and bigger than actually they are. The belt as well looks a bit bigger than it would normally be, but I think that just works at that scale.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Very cool. The way the bird is on the arm looks really great.
And he's got his wings open. unlike the figure.
Yeah, exactly. And more to paint there then as well if you were painting these.
I thought suddenly as well, actually, we were talking about 28 mil. That's going to mean nothing to our American listeners. That's 28 millimeters, guys, just over an inch tall. Or the way you list things, probably an eighth of a chopped up hot dog, something like that. Whatever you use. It's that, yeah.
I think when it comes to miniature sizes, it's universal. So anyone who knows miniatures will know. I think, yeah.
But we're watching ER, and all the doctor talk is in centimeters and millimeters and stuff, and liters and milliliters. So
maybe it's historical.
I think it's just more accurate, isn't it? And when you're in a medical setting, you need to be accurate. The dwarf,
he looks so good.
He looks so beefy.
Chunky fella, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Even the rivets here are definitely bigger than than in scale, but that works perfectly. Look at the hammer. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Really cool. Yeah.
Can't wait to attempt to paint these. I'll need
making me think I might have
4 times magnifying.
Set. Yeah.
The set is only $5 add-on.
Yeah.
For the unpainted.
Yeah. Well, that's it, isn't it? It's like get a set so they stay unpainted, and then a set to paint.
Oh, you're crazy now if you just keep the set.
I was going to say, Mal.
It's the though at $5, I would say fill your boots. That's not the worst. Getting an extra figure obscura to keep in box, that's more expensive than this. And the wizard. Yeah. The wizard here, she's looking great. The magic effects, they're going to be challenging to paint.
Yeah, I love the fact that they look very much like the magic effects. They could have done something a bit different. But no, they're stuck to what Legions have, sort of thing, that sort of effect.
I love some of the poses as well. I think they've got some really cool poses.
Yeah.
That's one of them where she's sort of thrusting the magic forward. That's how it feels like she's driving the magic forward to cast it.
It's like looking at my display shelves, to be honest, Mal. Just all these dynamic poses. Has anyone's ever seen a custom that I've put online?
Well, I was just about to say they don't look like action figure poses because they're static things.
Yeah.
And so actually saying the opposite of what you just said. But we know you were just being ironic based on.
I was. I took some photographs of some new customs. Actually, the went up in Anglesey. And I apologise to John in advance.
Yeah,
they'd be very
sent a text said sorry in advance. Yeah. Not like I'm king of posing either. I'm just slagging you off about it. You could easily hop on one of my pictures the next time I post one.
I tried one in a slightly more adventurous pose. I'm not convinced it works, but I'm going to go with it just so you know. It's like a moan about you moaning at me, John, when I post it. So.
Although, sometimes with customs as well, it's nearly better to give them fairly vanilla poses because you don't want to risk scratch and paint. So here's a knight. This cool looks like, the original knight builder build for Mythic Legions.
Sir Owain vibes. That's what
it's got that, definitely, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. But you could paint
same sort of colour armour too.
Yeah.
Because that Owain armour was quite dull.
That's right, Guion, it was.
Sorry, Sir Owain. Sorry, I'll get told off by Guion for pronouncing it wrongly as well. Sir Owain.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Again, exaggerated details here, but works perfectly with the figures. Big sword,
Looks like the ridges in the armour are pretty looks like the ridges in the armour are pretty prominent as well. Will be cool. Make it more fun.
It'll be great for picking them out. I mean, for dry brushing, for example, that would be pretty handy too.
Overbrush them as well. Easier than picking out.
Plenty of space on that shield to do a little freehand. Yeah.
Or
Rich, you can do a freehand. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if we'll get some of the, or even the horsemen doing transfers that you could use.
Oh yeah, they will work at this scale. Of course, there's loads of ones you can just buy.
Oh yeah,
for other figures.
Yeah.
Or we get Rich to do one of his drawings on the
That's it. We'll
shield.
do a transfer sheet of Rich's drawing.
Yeah, if you-
Patreon bonus for next year's Rich's.
If you shrink them down enough, they may even look quite good.
What's that little squiggle on the front of the shield? Yeah.
Got to get you to do Rich Jones special versions of all the chapter symbols, badges. I just come up with
then
these
this
things
is the-
on the spot.
I'm
People
literally making a
This
note
is
of
the
that malice.
Paladin.
Yeah, I know. I'm quite
Yeah.
impressed with it. Sorry, John. Carry on.
This is the Paladin then, yeah. He looks cool.
Another great pose as well.
Yeah,
I love that.
another great pose. You see a bit of chainmail there, so you can see how that looks at this scale.
Already a cool little bit of customizing you could do if you like to customize your minis. Just buy one of these like Warhammer sets where he's got a shield, and you could stick a shield on that arm in the background.
There you go. Yeah.
Easy enough to do.
Oh God, we'll all be going into Warhammer shops now trying to get little bits, buying a whole box of stuff because you want a shield.
There's places online that sell bits and pieces.
Age of Sigmar, huh?
That's the one. Well, what's it called? I think it's fantasy. No, what's it called?
Yeah, I popped into a Warhammer shop in Bristol weekend before last. I just wanted to get a pot of some sort of, generic silver paint sort of thing for some touch-ups I want to do on a custom. And my daughter was with me. So she basically refused to go in the shop, fair enough. I then stood outside for like 10 minutes while I perused, and then came out without buying anything. And she was like, "Oh my God, you're so embarrassing." It's like, "Thank you." Yeah, there we go.
Did you not get this paint?
I couldn't decide. I came out with that. I had some already at home, and I couldn't remember what I want, and I'm too tight to spend like $3.50 or whatever it is on a pot of paint that I already have. So
I think what a good silver paint is.
Skeleton. So Citadel.
Any of them really, but yeah, I think this skeleton
Lead Belcher.
awesome. Lead Belcher's a good one. Yeah.
that's the one I think I've got already. So yeah,
Okay.
that's really
Rune Fang Steel then. That's another one.
Give them a little bit of a wash and to add a bit of a depth and oiliness to them. Always looks good.
Yeah.
Easy job.
Skeleton
I think
here.
this looks so good like this.
it does.
I think maybe even better than the figure. He says quietly under his breath.
Don't tell Brett. Yeah, very cool. Bony dude. The hands look great, don't they, on the weapon?
They do.
Yeah. Again, going to be really interesting to see the minis in hand then after seeing these.
I'm really excited seeing these pictures. I love minis and that.
I also love the way these pictures are done. You got the main one here, the reverse side there, and then the kind of silhouette in the background.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah. There's the whole lot of them there, just in a row, easy to see. Looking great.
Yeah, I hope we get some more teasers of the minis, but they might not want to show them all off and give them all away, I suppose, like that.
But it's cool that they're offering them painted as well. I mean,
yes,
Yeah, for me, and again, really cheap.
You get
$20 for four painted
set.
ones.
Yeah, that's, I don't know how they're managing that, to be honest. But no complaints.
Yep.
Nope, not unless the person painting them paints them like I would, in which case I'd have very much of a complaint even at $5.
I'll be interested to see how they do that. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
There we go. Next.
So skeleton, what's wrong?
I wanted to bring up this picture here then as well. This is a skeleton from my. I did buy at some stage about 5 years ago the player's handbook for D&D. It's cool just to have as a book, even if you never play. Lots of cool art. But I noticed this skeleton in it, and it's just a generic skeleton, but it's not far off a mix between the two skeletons we get.
And I reckon you could
through the RPG.
You could easily kit bash it from what the parts that exist anyway, couldn't you? So.
Yeah, no, it's more like torn pants here. It's not, the kind
you'd have to sort of
skirt piece that you get with Legions, but the style is not far off. And it has hair. Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry.
but definitely in the D&D style. So very cool.
It's just taunting us, Mal. If even the skeletons have got hair, it's just like, it's just me.
So yeah, I'd recommend that if you're interested, especially in playing the game, I think a good way to get a head start is that Player's Handbook for D&D. Yeah. I think 5th edition is the version you need to get. Then our friend Kirby Smith, he posted a cool post in the Cabal. I'm going to rob his picture here now. All the different types you can have, types of character you can have. I think professions, he called them. So just thought I'd bring this up quickly. He was trying to match the professions with the figures that we already have in the line. And he first with the RPG. So you see the two figures there is the cleric. We have the paladin twice. We have 2 fighters, which is the barbarian and the skeleton. We have 2 barbarians, which is the barbarian fighter and the orc barbarian. We got a rogue. We got a ranger, the tiger guy. We got a wizard and a druid.
Tiger guy? It's a jaguar.
Jaguar. Come on, a cat. You know, a cat.
Don't get me back on the whole dog versus again. John,
slip of the tongue here, Rich. Come on.
It's plainly not a dog. You know.
No. It's
as we mentioned, dogs.
I know a pussy when I see it.
Can't believe you're lowering the tone again this week, John. After last week.
trying to entertain the listeners. I mean, come on. They've had to listen to this shite for this far.
As you've used the word dog, I will chuck a very early hint into the listeners that if anyone enjoyed our dog sculpts at Legions Con last year, the first 6 for this year have been done by Gianluca. They're amazing. I'll be getting Mark to paint them soon, and watch this space.
Yeah, I think they might even be better than last year's.
They'd want to be, wouldn't they?
Yeah. I don't mean
continuous
all
improvement.
I mean the dog sculpts. Yeah, they're definitely better than the shark sculpts, and that's nothing against Gianluca's sculpting. It's Richard's choices.
It's my design specs. Yeah, exactly.
You see, that's how
I'm in real trouble now. Yeah.
But you know, this ranger build here with the jaguar head on it. Stick any of the new dog heads painted up on it. Yeah. You got an instant new character.
Yeah, I think,
in that build. Yeah, it's a very flexible build. But I'm thinking, you know, the dog heads
fits that kind of character, doesn't it? Yeah. It's the Kai Pasha build, isn't it, really, that just really works as anything. I bet you'll find the warlock and there's less female heads, but I bet you'll find those wizard/druid build is the same for the females. I bet you could stick any head on that and it'll look really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the 2 professions we don't have any figures in the RPG yet are lore master and sorcerer/monk. So the lore master I think we're going to get if we get to an unlock.
Yes, that's the vampire lore master pack, isn't it?
And then he tried to pick out the figures from the line that we have already. And what
it's a really cool idea. Well, nicely done, Kirby.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
I mean, Blue Hagnon's in there, Kirby, so shame on you. Yeah.
How is he a fighter? He's dead.
He's not a very good
lost his fight.
Kirby, I don't pick you up on one more thing too.
And he's translucent. He can't even stab you.
Yeah. Kirby, you spelled douchebag completely wrong. You spelled it BARBARIAN. Just if you can correct that going forward, that'd be great as well.
Right. I'm going to quickly run through them and then I'm going to ask you. You can think in the meantime. I'm going to ask you guys what profession you're going to build your character to be. You probably already know that. Mal already knows. Rich is going to have to try and build something on the fly here.
Yeah.
Cleric is Faustia. We have so far. Paladin. We got Arakagor, Gwendolyn Heavensbrand, and Sir Big Greg, Sir Upjack.
I'm sorry to interrupt again, John. but just you using the word Faustia, I gripped my hand tightly. It's like I'm scarred by that figure. It's just like,
Where's Ravenna?
She's over here gripping a big shaft. Don't you know?
Ranger, we got the coolest Ranger in Duban. Then we got the Elf Ranger, and we got the Shadow Elf Ranger. Wizard, Samir. Druid, can't wait to get them. I know people have them already. But for Nasus, Arden Scale.
Yeah.
Oof. Fighter, Blue Hagnon, apparently. Both are Shadowhorn and Thord Orangejaw. Surely there's more fighters than that.
Oh, I think most of Mythos' fighters.
Yeah.
Paladin,
especially after a few
fighters,
pints.
maybe. Yeah.
Barbarian, we have Atlas. Then we have Barbarian male and female, Cador, the Deluxe Barbarian, Juno, the Legendary Barbarian.
Such a good figure, still. Lovely.
Legendary Warrior probably come in here too, although she a fighter maybe. Lore Master, we have Shui. He's definitely Lore Master, Shui. The Monk, Gaspar.
Uno Monk.
Yeah. Sorcerer.
Again, there could have been more, couldn't there? There's some
Arazak and Azar and Zazar. Hera Serpent's Fire. I saw someone in the comments maybe suggest she could be in the Sorcerer or Sorceress pile here, maybe.
Yeah. Was Zarya a sorceress as well?
I think she'd probably fit that category in this mythos, whatever, in this mythology. Let's put it like that.
So Mal, what are you going for when you create your character for the game?
It'll be between. I need to read the rules and what they are again, but it'll be between Barbarian, Fighter, Rogue, and Ranger. They're my favourites. So yeah, I like. The Rogue. I like the sort of sneaky way they do things. I think that's always a fun way to play. But you can't beat Barbarian just charging into battle and going a bit bonkers with the way you play. But yeah, I tend to like those builds. So it'll be one of them. I'm not entirely sure yet.
And Rich, what are you leaning towards?
My birthplace and my history suggests I should go Druid, as Anglesey was home to the Druids in times gone. However, I'm going to have to go Fighter. I want someone that's going to smack people around the head. There's no casting this spell or whether it's I picked up a rock, I've slammed it into his face.
Well, I wonder, that's what I wonder, is if there'll be cross classes, cross skilling like you can. So you say take so many levels of one thing and then you stop and you take so many and you carry on as something else. I wonder if that'll be in there because that's quite fun. That opens up some fun combinations. How about you, John? What
I think Wizard is what I'd love to be, or a Druid. So, I think they're not too far apart. I think I'd probably bone up a little bit on the rules and see which one is more fun to play with, maybe.
Yeah, druids tend to be a bit more sort of nature magic, and sometimes they can.
We can get a flock. I can flock him. Brilliant.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Druid it is.
I noticed somebody was selling
Snake Man
Briar Fighters for £30 on a UK eBay the other day, John.
I have loads. It's a great price, but I have loads of them. Never enough, but I have loads. So, and the faction thing was interesting. I think the gist of it was that you could basically, once you get enough experience, you can basically get points for being part of a faction and then rank up within the faction.
Yeah, and get rewards.
To get, better dice rolls and better rewards and stuff like that.
And some of the factions will have unique titles. Melithia's Brood has got Baron as one of their higher titles. So yeah, that's cool, very cool. On the subject of characters and linking it back to the minis, of course, what people might be wondering about is how that, and somebody might have talked about this, sorry if they have, but what people might be like, oh, how do I create my own mini? How can I create a mini of my character? Well, there are websites out there where you can do that sort of thing. The two I've had a play around with before are Hero Forge, which is very good, and Anvil Miniatures, which is a fun one as well. But Hero Forge is the one the one I know best.
So that's where you can actually like get a sculpt of your mini done.
Yeah,
and
you
print
can.
it.
That's it. You can. They give you all the tools to design your own mini. You know how he's stood, accessories, look, type of character, and then you can either get the STL to print out yourself, or you can send it, or order it. And I don't know about Anvil because as I say, I've not used that. I've not used them fully either. But with Hero Forge, you can actually order it painted as well. They'll print it.
Oh, nice.
In coloured, resin and that sort of thing. It's so there's options for people if they fancy trying and making their own little character in a mini form.
Yeah, and I think dndbeyond.com is a good place to create your character, where you can get. I think you can get all the attributes and it'll guide you through it there. So that's a good place to maybe start.
Yeah,
before we get the more stuff from the Horseman, maybe specific to the game.
Well, that's it. As you say, I mean, it's 5th edition, so the rules for character creation exist. You obviously there's going to be slight tweaks to that for Mythic Legion version of it. So yeah, but if you want to get kind of ahead of the game, or
exactly, if you have people, I think that's what people love doing, is kind of maybe planning up the custom of their character, maybe, or something like that. Might be cool to do, wouldn't it? Right. We also got this cool thing, which just didn't arrive for last week's recording. The map of Mythoss that's been unlocked and put into the core game. There you see on the screen the whole thing. It's hard to read, so I'm going to go into more zoomed in versions now. But more detail of basically the original Mythoss map we got, and in a slightly different style, which is cool. And that's going to be a paper map, I think, that comes in the core rulebook. So not cloth or anything like that, but maybe down the road, if they do it as a separate thing. Yeah,
they described it as there'd be a slipcase in the book, and this will be
you can pop it in.
Yeah.
Right, so the north first, Bjorngar and Leandor on the the west side, so the left side, and the White Spine and Xylernia on the east side. The White Spine is obviously the frozen bit up the top here. You got the Bloodless Throne. You've heard of that, Rich?
I'm indeed.
All your buddies have the Sanguine House. That's a new one, I think.
I think it is.
And the Pole Star.
And the Pole Star, yeah. Also, it's called the White Spine and, Eulernia, which is the Eulernia bit.
Xylernia.
Oh, is that Xylernia?
Yeah, which is all this bit down here, Castle Silverhorn.
Okay.
I can see why you made the mistake there, Rich.
Yeah. Now I feel like a fool, but yeah. Okay.
You got Whispervale there up the north, which is the kind of, it seems to be the cutoff between the Vamps and Xylona's flock. So that's
maybe where the Whisperlings live.
The Whisperlings are on the front line, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're the green-skinned elves, right?
Yeah,
that's the one.
Living in their little trenches, getting ready for the vampires come in.
Yeah. You got Emberdale there, then Castle Silverhorn is more in the south of Xylernia. Going across to the other side, you got the Eye of the Lion. So that must be where Attila is hanging out. Yeah. You got the Village of Lakes, middle of there. Traders Bay as well is there. I think we've heard of that before, maybe in a bio or something. What's that? Fort Osblood.
Yeah, Orsblood.
Orsblood, sorry.
I remember if that was on the original map or not. I want to say it was, but I can't remember.
Should bring that up to compare, shouldn't we, really? And what I'm noticing here, and even more so in the next pictures, Rich, is all these mad sea creatures that are bobbing around the place.
Yes.
I guess you're not upset to see those.
In no way, shape, or form. There's big octopuses and squids, and there's a giant crab underneath a compass point sort of thing. This is all good stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like there'd be dragon-type creatures in the sea.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Fort Orsblood was on the original map.
It was.
That's it. And then this Adalburn territory was there. And on the other side you had Whispervale, Emberdale, Castle Silverhorn. So yeah, the Bay of Bones there wasn't on the original map, so now we have
The Bay of Stones.
Oh, is that Stones?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
My eyesight's so bad. I've got it on my phone and zooming in as much as I possibly can on it.
Right, let's move down to the middle section. So we got Arathorn here on the left. That's Arathir and all his nasty bad guys.
Ooh, yeah.
I was expecting it to look more blasted land.
Yeah.
More
Is it more
evil.
volcanic, maybe?
Yeah.
Ophidian there in the middle. Castle of Four Sides right in the middle of the whole map, the top of this bit here.
Slightly in Leandor, though. I thought I was expecting it to be like right in the middle.
Yeah. I think it...
Oh, that's just a fold, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
it's
just
the fold in the map. Yeah. Jesus Christ. I need sleep.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff in Arathir was already mentioned, and there is more. Yeah, there's definitely more. In the original map here, there is more. You see it.
Yeah.
Volcanic look to it. So you got all the same stuff there. The Ilza del Avar. I don't know what that is. Oh, that was also there.
That was originally, yeah. Jeremy talked about that in one of his episodes.
Oh, did he? Okay. Sorry, missed that one, Jeremy.
Is that Serpent Station?
Yeah. Serpent Station, that's a new one.
I wonder if that's where the thingies are these days. What are they called? The lizard
Ninians.
people. Ninians, yeah.
Coatls.
Yeah,
Yes,
the Coatls.
that's it, yeah.
You got the Masked Dale there, that's new. The Tower of Basilia, that was in the old map. The Flowing Spire, new one too.
That's new, yeah.
Over to Ethros, then we had the Ethron's Temple in the Crown City, that was there. North Bay is a new thing on the map we haven't seen before. And then if we move down... Sorry,
Have you seen... Oh, sorry, no, Karen.
No, I was going to say, do you think North Bay could be where Thingy came in to land? The Golden, not the Golden, the
Golden Gill?
The Golden Gill, yeah.
No, that was Eagle Sport, wasn't it, I think?
Oh, was that? Yes,
Eagle
you're right,
Sport,
that was
yes,
Eagle
right.
Sport, yes.
Which, when we get
Further
to
down, I
it,
guess.
is weird because that's like a little inlet. So, I'm not sure how they managed to land there having missed the Deadlands and that sort of thing.
I suppose there was
Pearl Harbour. Ooh.
there was a route in, shall we say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bottom right here, yeah, the Deadlands, so that's where all the skeleton people live. Yeah, Skull Harbour and the Brittle Tract.
That's a great name, the Brittle Track. I like that.
Yeah. House of the Blessed Bone is not marked, but it's that one in the middle.
It is. I mean, they were talking about that being secret, weren't they? So maybe this map is like, nobody knew it was there, so it's not on the map.
Yeah. Or at least they didn't know what it was. They just knew there was something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
I love the kind of weathered
Fort
look to it. It's
Town
good.
at the bottom, is that?
Port Town, yeah.
Okay.
I think the fish... Oh, sorry. After clicking on the fishy looking people here are even more up your street, I think, here, Rich. They're kind of more evil.
Yes. Yeah, you can't have too many fish people, John. I mean, there's no shark person here if I'm going to get really picky, but that's just me.
Yeah. And then down here you got the Nethergate. That's where Poxus and his crew are. You got the Shifting Dunes. That's a new thing. And The Scourge.
I feel like we've heard of the Scourge before, haven't we?
Well, we
It's
have
a
a figure in
great name, though,
Cosmic
isn't it?
called Scourge, don't we?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's,
Yeah. So, very cool to get more detail there, and we see what comes up in the bios. We were thinking maybe it might have been a bigger map of Mythos. We're definitely due that, Rich, aren't we?
We are,
wider map.
The wider map, yeah.
But it feels like this first book is very much focusing on the old, new Mythos, as it's now known, doesn't it? I think there'll be expansions down the road.
Yeah,
We'll see
definitely.
more of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Totally.
I'm just impatient. I want to know now. I want to know now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. I did some customs.
Very cool.
I did this drunk dwarf for Paddy's Day. No, it was just coincidental. It was Paddy's Day. I might do more detail on the silver armor here because I put a wash in it, but it didn't come out exactly as I wanted.
Yeah.
But I put it together anyway. So
That looks really good, John.
But
It's very cool.
but I did a lot of work on the cloth bits and the leather. It was fun. And this cool torso here, I got it, I think, in a kind of bulk sale I got off somebody once. So I don't know where it comes from.
It's very
But I'm
cool.
sure it's one of those
It looks
kits.
like the places like Dust and Dawn Studios sell it. It's Action Figure Fusion, one of his sets, I think.
What I will say is that the arms go into it perfectly. It's like one of the best
nice.
fitting torsos that I've had. Just had to warm up a little bit the plugs on the arms, and then they clicked in and actually stay in like really solidly, really well. So I was very happy with that.
Yeah.
And I think before I painted it, I tested that because if that doesn't work, I generally don't have any inspiration for painting it then. Yeah. So happy enough with that. And then the Blue Knight, which
It's very cool. That
people
looks
seem to
lovely.
really like. Yeah. Might do more nights just because people like them.
Yeah. It's been very popular.
What other colours has there not been? Yeah, so I did this in blue because it's my favourite blue paints, and because there hasn't been a blue coloured knight. So, and I had this cool blue cape that I got off Kim, who's Big Dub's sister. I traded. She offered to trade some soft goods she'd done for 2 heads that I had painted. So I said, sure. So I have this and another one and some other small bits. So I thought that worked out well. And I had this head that I had just done as well, a kind of old king head from Prop Masters. So happy days. So there's already some stuff done for Legions Con. So there's going to be new stuff on the table. Yay! We can stop now. No, I don't want to get into that mad rush at the end cycle. That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
You know. Right. In stock sale in April, guys. Anybody?
I think I'm trying to forget that just because it's like I'm going to have no money at all before that. So it's just like...
I might have made a list already of what I'd like to try and get, but yeah.
Tell us, Mal, what are you going for?
I've decided against the all-in and just pick up a few of individuals of the armory figures rather than the all-in, because I was like, well, I could spend that on the all-in and get a load of parts I don't want, or I could just buy and try and get a few of just the ones I do want, you know. And then I'll probably get another Valguard. And I think that's...
Yeah, you're making me think now. So I was just going to brainlessly go for the all-in if I have the cash and just it's done. But now I'm thinking maybe I should look at it again, see what I have and what I actually really want.
Yeah, my initial thoughts was like another Valguard, 3 or 4 Revenants.
Well, I think 3 or 4 Reverences are in your dreams, buddy.
This is true, depending on how many they've made, yes.
yeah, I think that's going to go like hotcakes. So
I guess it depends if they put limits on. If they put limits on them for the first 24 hours, whatever, that might help.
I think just put limit on him, maybe.
yeah, everything else can be whatever.
See, I'm not too fussed about getting more evidence. I think they're cool figures, but it's very much the leather belts and the leather boots and the cloth trousers I want of things.
Yeah,
and I like Valgard, so I'd quite like another one of him to play with a bit, and then Scaphoid, I'm thinking might get another one of him to play with.
Yeah, I kind of see I need more torsos that are not like bare torsos or just the standard armor. Oh, I'd love more of those. Well, I mean, I will get some extras, but more of that dwarf torso, for example, the new one, or it comes with, is it Brodor of Bjorngar?
Oh yeah. Oh well, no, it's slightly different, isn't it? But
is it? But a similar style.
Similar, yeah, similar kind of. Yeah,
yeah, they're great and just different. Yeah, you kind of realize torsos is one of the things they haven't have many options of. Although there is the plug-in ones, but they've kind of disappeared now.
Yeah,
the Lord Bashotti one, and the leather armor one.
Yeah,
They came with the Knight's armory, so I suppose that was
true,
more plentiful. But yeah.
Yeah, and you can get some really cool third-party chest plates to go into those as well.
Oh yeah, I have a few chest plates as well, but I don't have. I even have a few of the actual factory chest plates. What I'm missing is the back piece, the actual torso.
You crack them off, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that would come home to roost, but. Yeah, what do you do with the extras then? I suppose you
put a soft goods thing over the top of it. So underneath is this gaping hole in the middle of the torso, but you can't see it because you've got a tunic or something like that over the top of it.
Just 2 matchsticks. Yeah. Oh well, first world problems, I'd say.
A bit blue tack, just make a body out of clay of some sort, and
yeah, just green stuff, big ball of it.
That's it. Yeah. That'd be quite. Yeah, that'd probably work.
It probably would work. Yeah, I suppose you could mold it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Long term, would it be? I think it'd be fine if you weren't making them to sell.
Yeah.
If you're just making them for yourself, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Right. How are Liverpool doing, Rich?
I've just checked. They are 4-0 up. So 4-1.
Okay.
So
I heard someone on the radio today say that Liverpool and Galatasaray were just playing to see who's going to get beaten by PSG in the next round.
I mean, they might not be wrong. It has to be said, but
now
I just saw the Newcastle result. Oh, sorry, carry on.
I guess there's more prize money the further you go in this big. It's the Champions League we're talking about.
Yeah. So, Newcastle. I was checking the Newcastle score earlier, and it was 2-2. And Newcastle have got 2-2, so they're doing really well. And then they lost 7-2 in the end. So that went horribly wrong after that point.
Gutted for them, clearly.
Yeah, you sound it.
Yeah.
So it looks like Liverpool are going to be the only English side through, doesn't it?
Yeah, looking
Which is
like it.
Crazy.
No, Arsenal as well.
Oh yeah.
I keep trying to forget Arsenal. Sorry, Thomas.
Sorry,
your
Thomas, we
manager's
don't
a
count Arsenal. Yeah.
Cockwomble. So,
yeah, is that a swear word? No,
I don't think so. No, it's a description of it's in the
descriptive animal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Womble is those little the Wombles of Wimbledon Common.
Indeed.
Remember them?
Wombling free.
Yeah. Right, we're on to the Wombles. I think
I was going to say, this is like nothing. International listeners like, what the hell?
So the Kickstarter hopefully will bring us more joy this week, or a few more surprise unlocks, or I don't know, something to spring it back into life. In the meantime, Rich will be making plans for Rich's randoms. Myself and Mal and Rich will be figuring out what we want to do for bonus Patreon episodes. So if you're a Patreon, you have an idea, let us know what you'd like to hear. Or if you just want to hear us do more shite like this, then, go for it. Don't worry, man. You can make noise now. I don't care. Even the gerbil. If the gerbil was alive, he could start making noise now too.
I definitely think Middle-Aged Man podcast might be the way to go as one of our additional podcasts. I like that.
Just moaning about traffic or what? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what grinds my gears? There we go. There's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
We could do a spin-off like Room 101 episode.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously. I would.
Okay, let's brainstorm this.
Yeah, I could podcast about me moaning about stuff for days.
Sounds good, yeah.
And mine just an episode.
Old Man Shouts at Cloud. There we go.
Yeah.
The spin-off. Your allegiance.
It's a cloud shout. That's a D&D. Smelly old man in the town that shouts at clouds.
Stay safe out there, everybody. Remember, you'll still be safe even if you don't back the Kickstarter. But maybe you will. We're back.
Demon Wang.